Well, a couple of weeks ago, John Lynch, the 49ers general manager, said that he felt like an agreement with Trent Williams was on the precipice of being finalized, and Monday morning, it's finalized. The agency that represents Trent Williams announced on social media that the 12-time Pro Bowl left tackle, the 3-time All Pro left tackle, and the 49ers agreed on a new 2-year contract. According to the agency, it's worth $50 million, and it includes $37 million fully guaranteed, and that includes a $22 million signing bonus. They go on to say that makes Trent Williams the first non-quarterback in NFL history to surpass $400 million in contracts and $225 million in guarantees. So with a 2-year contract, and I guess at this age we can even assume that because it's $37 million guaranteed, fully guaranteed, according to the agency, we can assume that Trent Williams will be back not only in 2026, this coming season, but also in 2027. And so I think it's fair at this point to say that left tackle, as far as drafting a guy who's going to be a starter, is no longer the urgent need that I think a lot of people felt it was. I don't think you'd want to take an offensive lineman, a tackle in the first round of the NFL draft if you have another tackle such as Trent Williams and also Colton McKivitz on the other side locked in for 2 more seasons this year and next year. Now, where it could potentially be something for the 49ers would be if they select someone with that 27th pick who can be a left guard early in career, first 2 seasons, and then have the potential to move outside to left tackle. But at that point, if someone's playing really well at left guard, they might just want to keep that person where he is. So, but a big domino falls for the 49ers here as the week of the draft begins. Today, on Monday, April 20th, that is the first day of the 49ers off-season program. And I'll be heading down there a little bit later for the first day of the off-season program. It's just basically conditioning, but it'll be interesting to see if Trent Williams is there to officially sign this new contract that eliminates all the drama, all the speculation, all the thoughts that Trent Williams could be traded or released if they don't come up with that new deal. So, of course, we don't have the official numbers yet. That'll be submitted to the league, but fair to say as well that it reduces his salary cap figure quite a bit from what it was when the 49ers declined to pick up that $10 million option bonus back early in the new league year. That $10 million option bonus didn't just disappear. It just didn't vanish. It slid over and became part of his scheduled base salary. And so when you're talking about a base salary, all that money for that season then counts against the salary cap. So by redoing this deal in this manner, it will reduce the salary cap figure for Trent Williams quite significantly while adding a year to his contract as well. So another big move for the 49ers in this offseason. Last year, of course, we were talking about all the players who weren't coming back. Now, this year, the 49ers are bringing back just about all of their starters, or at least replacing those that they've lost with other players. The 2 most notable, I guess, absences from a year ago. Juwan Jennings remains a free agent. Brandon Ayuk's time with the 49ers will be over. It's just a matter of the semantics and how that goes about. But the 49ers offseason scorecard includes the addition of Mike Evans coming over from Tampa Bay on what amounts to a 1-year contract. His salary cap figure for this year is only $4.25 million. Now, widely reported a 3-year, $42 million contract. But it's basically, the guarantees are in the first year. 49ers also signed Christian Kirk, a slot receiver. He comes over from Houston. That's a 1 year, $3 million contract for him. Really, I think the biggest acquisition for the 49ers this offseason was the trade, sending a third round pick to the Dallas Cowboys and getting in return defensive tackle Osa Odighizuwa from the Cowboys. And he is on a 3 year contract, which pays him $57.75 million over the life of that deal. His cap figure for this year is 16.75. So talk about the 49ers and their defensive line. Osa Odighizuwa, someone who steps in as an immediate starter at defensive tackle, and then also can be a 3-down player out there in pass rush situations as well. 49ers bring back Dre Greenlaw. He was released by Denver, comes back on a very manageable kind of prove-it contract, 1 year, $6 million, and then some depth pieces for the 49ers, including on the offensive line. Vidarian Lowe comes over from New England. Robert Jones, who missed last year but had been a starter for Miami the year before. He's a guard. He comes over from Dallas. Brett Toth, who was with the Philadelphia Eagles, he signs a 1 year deal. He's seen probably more as a backup center. And then some pieces in the defensive backfield. Nate Hobbs, he was released by Green Bay. He's on a 1 year deal. Jack Jones, a free agent from Miami, cornerback, he's on a 1 year deal. And who else? Oh, Cam Sample was a defensive end with the Cincinnati Bengals for 4 years, played a lot of football. He's a depth piece for the 49ers defensive line, part of that defensive line rotation. And then the 49ers did they moved on from Thomas Morstead, the veteran punter, and they bring in Corliss Waitman. He had been the punter in Pittsburgh. So in addition to those guys, the 49ers were also able to keep some of their other players who were scheduled for free agency. Eddie Pinheiro, he's back on an extension, a 4 year extension. Jake Tonjes, backup tight end, is back on a 2 year extension. Sam Okwanu back on a 1 year deal. Luke Gifford, the Pro Bowl special teamer, he was re-signed. John Weeks, long snapper, was re-signed. So 49ers have been very active. Of the guys who got away, who won't be coming back, Bryce Huff, the 49ers weren't going to keep him anyway at that salary. So they released him, and then he subsequently retired. Kendrick Bourne goes to the Arizona Cardinals. Jordan Elliott to Tennessee. Jason Pinnock returns to the New York Giants. Sky Moore signs with Green Bay. Spencer Burford goes to Las Vegas. Kalia Davis with Cleveland. Brian Robinson, the running back, goes to Atlanta. Ben Barch, 1 year deal with Detroit. And some others. Robert Beal goes to Miami. Matt Hennessy, a backup center, goes to Dallas. And Chase Lucas, not tendered as an RFA, goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But of all those moves that have been made, a lot of them, some of them were made about a week ago as far as Sample and Jones. But this is the one that has probably been the most talked about, at least since that first wave of free agency. And even after, or right around that time when, the reports started coming, could this be it for Trent Williams with the 49ers? Never quite believed that. But I do think with my final mock draft coming out on Tuesday, I might have been tempted to go with an offensive lineman. I don't think I will. I think probably the way I'll lean now would be defensive end, edge rusher with the first pick, and maybe a guard with the second pick. 49ers are still fully capable of getting a starting left guard at pick number 58. And I think that's the way that I would lean now. Will Chase Bissonis be there at 58? That might be a little bit iffy, but I think there will be starting options. When you look at where the 49ers are right now, basically the only spot where there isn't a question is that spot at left guard. And I think that as long as they can get a guard in the first or second round, they should be fine there as far as an upgrade. Starting guards are certainly available in the second round. If you're looking for a starting left tackle, probably not going to be there at 58, but guards, typically speaking, would be available in that spot. But yeah, the big news of the day is the 49ers kick off their offseason program. Trent Williams, he never left, but he is back, and he will be back in 2026. And with the terms of a 2-year contract, should be back in 2027 as well. So thanks so much for watching this video, and that is it for now.